Welcome along to Melbourne for round one of the IWR Championship. The time, the day, the moment we've all been waiting for. Welcome to qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix here at Albert Park. 15 cars currently in the lineup. We should be expecting more, potentially a 4-horse grid by the end of the qualifying session if many turn up. But we have multiple cars going. There's our first car of the season out on just Solid Ash. He's one of the debutants here for this new season. But boy, what a season we're lining up for. What a qualifying, rather, we're lining up for before we can even get to the end of the season and declare what a season we have had. What a season we're going to have. And I was wrong. There was a Williams before. It was what was I saying? It's Almenu. Who's gone out on the track. He's in the Williams. He was out way before anybody else. So my mistake there. But he is out on track. So anyone who didn't watch pre-season race, put your hands up. I know I can't see you, but I'm sure I will sense every bit of feeling coming in from your minds. So missed pre-season testing. New regulations, new cars, new IWR, new overtake modes. We have the new overtake mode where if you're within a second of the car ahead, you get the extra power, the extra boost, the extra bit of energy, the extra bit of speed, more harvest allowance, all over the course of the whole lap. But if you drop out of the second, then it kind of goes away and you just drop into normal boost. As there's Solid Dash now. He's already got an invalid lap, so he's first man to start a new flying lap and first man to get an invalid lap. He will have to go around again. So let's look at one of the Cadillacs now, the new Cadillac team, who have obviously come onto the grid. There's more invalid lap times. So this is obviously them just struggling to get used to this new generation of cars. The smaller cars, there's yellow flags there, just getting out of the way is Solid Ash there in the Aston Martin car. So yeah, it's kind of like a hurdle to struggle to get used to the new regs. Obviously, the cars are lighter than last year. They're smaller. You got new engines. You got the 50-40 power, if I'm correct. You do, yeah, 50-50 power split between the engine, of course, the internal combustion engine, and then you got the battery alongside that. Cars slowing down there. That's one of the race symbols, going slow on the run into the final sector there. But Elite Nagard now coming through to complete what is to be the first flying lap of this season. And it's going to be 189. A 189. Oh no, sorry, that's Eva. Sorry, my apologies. The first man to complete the fastest so far. Coxie Forever. Wow, and Shim in the Audi now goes second. They're obviously rebranded by after Sauber, as Audi now taking over the Sauber team for this season. But wow, I think we've got more coming round. Yes, honestly, yes. I'm just looking now. I think there's Mickey D now coming through to complete what is to be his lap, and that was 5 seconds off the pace. So what's happened there? Maybe he's just gone through the lap anyway, made a mistake beforehand, but decided, okay, I'll cross the line, complete the lap, and go again. More laps to go. There's yellow flags. I think that's just them sitting down. He's now, we got more job. There's Gerald now, as Marius GP now in the Ferrari car, coming through to complete his lap. He's 7/10 off the lead, as I think we have a kerfuffle of cars now on the second back straight. Yellow flags left, right, centre, behind, wherever any possible position man can mention. Yellow flags coming out of nowhere at this stage of race. Or qualifying, we should say. But wow. One of the Solid Ash finally completing his lap. He's 3 seconds off the race, the leaders. FC God, we missed out there. He's gone quickest, a 1:18.4. A 1:18.4 for the Cadillac driver. He's gone quicker than any other man in session. But wow, we have 4 drivers still to complete a lap. one in pit lane, one an out lap, but not anymore because Ghost Shadow now starts his flying lap as Mickey D. Looks to be another lap from him. Let's see where he can go. He's gone quickest. And I gotta say, that is not a surprise. He's got lots of history in other leagues. You've got Powertrain, which rebranded into Aero itself. As he's gone quickest here, but he did finish runner-up in the Powertrain Championship. Behind his teammate who dominated it, which is Lil Gunner. So watch out for those two in this league. Lil Gunner potentially could be soon to come late in this qualifying session, as he did in pre-season back in Kota, at Kota we should say. So Plutonic is now come out of pit lane. He's come through to begin what is to be his first outlap of the season. Into pit lane, multiple cars, potentially obviously refueling, changing tires. You got to get everything right here in qualifying. You got to. It's kind of like a toll on the drivers. It's in the cockpit, but in the garage. You got to maximize everything on setups. You obviously got to decide your fuel loads. Like, okay, you want to do one lap, but you make a mistake on that lap. You got a low fuel load, which is for one lap. That which is because more lighter, more efficient to drive, easier to drive, etc. So, but you can get a heavier fuel load in case your first run potentially you make a mistake, you may have to go again. So that's where drivers have that toll, not only in the cockpit but in the garage, where they've kind of got to be a bit more decisive on their qualifying strategies. As we have more cars coming into pit lane to. Speaking of them strategies, more cars coming into pit lane to look into those strategies. Leo now in the RB, the Racing Bulls, as we should call it this season. I did set a lap time, but it's 12 seconds off the pace. As there's FC gone now on his outlap. As new entrant Jack Plays has now entered the session. So what was a 15-horse qualifying session, it's now turned into a 16-horse qualifying session. Let's see what Jack Plays has in store in this session. He's just gonna sit in the period just to look at setups. Yeah, they always do that, don't they? So Jack Plays now enter the session. We've not heard much of him as of yet. But let's see, he should have a lot of potential. He's in the Mercedes, he's in the number 11 Mercedes. Is that right? I remember the number's gone wrong. Oh, 5 minutes, good penalty, Ted. For the Girthy. The Girthy has had a collision with, we'll try and get that on board now, but Coxey Forever has collided with the Girthy and now FC got as well. Let's just look again. We're on board now. Oh, he's off. He's gone off. That's a turn 2 where we saw Kimi Antonelli crash back in final practice for Formula 1. But now, here at IWR, FC God has gone off, and he's got 5 place going place for good measure. He's collided with another car for, I think it was maybe one of the Audis potentially could have come with. Not the one that's gone by him looks to be shit. Is that Shim? No, sorry, no, it's Plutonic. So FC God has obviously collided. So it wasn't an Audi. It potentially could have been one up front, probably one of the Mercedes or Williams, perhaps, he may have come together with. But drama here in qualifying, 2 drivers with grid penalties for the race. As Shim now comes through to begin his first flying lap of session. Oh no, that's not his first. No, he's only got one on the board. So he comes through to complete another flying lap, does the Audi driver. Let's see what he can spice up in this session. He comes right through, sweeping those, through the first sector. Mind my stutters, I shall repeat that one. I have had a long week, not been at the commentary box all week, been out, been camping for 5 days. As speaking of 5 days, Shim would love to have a great 5 days. Heading into 5 races, we should say. But he's got to get this lap spot on if he wants to enjoy those next 5 races with great blistering performances. Well, what is not blistering is we have yellow flags once again. One of the Mercedes cars who have just gone but they've got in. So very briefly, we've seen yellow flags there. Abusing that curve there is Shim, coming through the final 2 corners now. Let's see what lap time he can put together as it comes round now down the pit straight, full throttle, full power, full blast for a 1:18.7. That's put him up into P for a second off the leader. But now we have 7.5 minutes left in session. Can Shim maybe spice up something else to maybe get Audi onto pole as they sit now with Plutonic potentially lining up for a solid 1-2. Standard 1-2, deliberate, powerful, and completely antagonizing 1-2 for the Audi team. Jack Plays now, I shall mention, has now come out of the pits. He's begun his outlap. He is also one of the other debutants in this league. So let's see what Jack Plays now, what potential he's got. He's in the Mercedes car. So now we just got to see what potential he's got. Yeah, he's in the number 9 Mercedes. Is Jack Plays. Let's see what lap time he can put together as he begins. Comes around the final corner now, beginning his first flying lap of the session, of the season, of his career in IWR. Jack Plays now, P16, starting his flying lap. What can the Mercedes number 9 spice up? Don't go anywhere. Jack Plays now, rounds the final corner. Let's see what the number 9 Mercedes can slice up. Coming down the foot of the pit straight. It's not the best lap time. It's only a 1:29. So a 1:29 for Jack Plays. That looks to be. I was about to say he may be about to go again, but he does have to recharge that battery pack. It does not last forever. Does the battery? There's Lil Gunner now in session. Lil Gunner once again. He did the same thing at pre-season. He looks to attempt at doing it again for round 1 here at Melbourne. Let's see what the McLaren driver can spice up as he attempts the same feat as he did back at Kota. Wow. It's gonna be a banger this season. This race, this qualifying. It will be a banger as I just lower down my voice, lower down my volume. I'm on cooldown mode, guys. New mode, new feature. Not only do these cars have new regs, but I think I've got to add a new reg to myself as well. Cooldown mode. Similar to the overtake mode. Overtake mode when I go full blast on commentary, full power. Full power. Cooldown mode, reduced volume as Jack Plays now, comes through the pit straight to complete what is to that's completing to be a virtual in lap. So he's just going to go around again now with a full battery pack. Let's see what the number 9 can spice up now as we remain on board with the Mercedes driver. Lil Gunner now in pit lane. He should exit in a matter of moments time. Whereas I think the sister Mercedes, a Big Vin, has brought out the yellows. Let's just see what's going on there. He's moving slowly, so does he want a bigger gap potentially? Yeah, looking at a bigger gap there for the Mercedes driver. as Mickey D has come into pit lane. Oh, more yellow flags. Let's just see what's going on down there. It's one of the Aston cars. Sorry about that. It's Solid Ash. So very briefly going off then. He should let by Jackie Plays coming through now, which he does. And he's done with effect. There's damage there to the side of the front wing, which is bad. Right. Jackie Plays. We've had the cooldown mode. It's time for overtake mode. Jack Plays rounds the final corner. What lap? Can the number 9 Mercedes spice up? It's a 121. I'm going to say impressive, very impressive. He's 2.5 seconds off the lead, but it's much better, nonetheless, than that 129 he posted up not long ago. The two McLarens now of Lil Gunner and Bubbles now coming out to pit lane to begin what is to be their first outlaps of the session, of the season, let alone of their careers in IWR. On board with Lil Gunner now. He DNF'd at Kota. Oh, he's hit the wall now. That's just moving out of the way to make room, which he's done with immediate effect. Perhaps got to put some respect on that number 13 McLaren as he comes through now to complete what is to be his first outlap of the session, of the season, of his career in this wonderful, superb league. Lil Gunner comes through to complete his outlap. Yellow flags are out. One of the Cadillacs that could have been off, and now one of the racing balls as well, for good measure, gone off. That look, it's not good. Yeah, it is girthy. So girthy slowing down there. That's just moving out of the way for the Red Bull behind. As let's look at where Plutonic is now. He's on a lap time. No, he's on a lap. So Plutonic now on his flying lap looks to be honest. Oh no, he's not. He's just trying to get to the line in time. So ignore that. He is not on a lap time. But who is on a lap time is Lil Gunner and his teammate Bubbles. Bubbles, though, could be in a bit of trouble with traffic because he's got a car up ahead of him. We don't know who it is. It's one of the Haas cars. Is it Gerald? No, it's not Gerald. Gerald's on an out looking to begin one more flying lap of the session for him, as it's Ghost Shadow now, who could potentially be the one. But he's on a lap himself, so Bubbles says no one's, car in the grab, that's Big Vin. Yeah, it was Big Vin. He's got damage as well for good measure. Having to get out of the way. Speaking of getting out of the way, he's got out of the way Lil Gunner. So Lil Gunner now, he's spiced up an immediate pepper for Toto in pre-season race. Can he spice up the salt here in Melbourne? He can! 1:17.6! He's a cent and a half up on Plutonic. He is on provisional pole. His teammate Bubbles now. What can the second McLaren spice up? Only P13. But once again, we said back at Kota, Lil Gunner, what a ruse. We're going to say it again down here, down under in Melbourne. Lil Gunner, you beast. What a ruse. Big Vin crosses the line. He is only 10th. But we look to be, I think that's a Haas. Oh, it's Gerald, yes. So we'll try, it's cars. I think it's been cleared up now. So still cars to complete laps. We'll look at, Mickey D's only P3. He cannot go any higher than that. I think Plutonic is not going to give it. Yeah, he's not. Let's see if he can reclaim it. He does. 11 milliseconds to Lil Gunner's heartbreak, to Plutonic's absolute miracle to reclaim pole position. Unless Coxie Forever can spice up somewhat of an even better miracle, which he can't. He's made some sort of driver error somewhere around this lap, but no errors today for the Audi driver Plutonic. And boy, what a way to kick off a season first qualifying session, and what a way to kick off a new era, not only for Formula One, but for Audi. Rebranded from Sauber. Your pole man, Plutonic Orca, the American driver, taking pole by 11 milliseconds. Lil Gunnar he will be disappointed with P2, but what a session from him. He is looking very, very, very comfortable, potentially for a win, let alone podium. Mickey D into third. But what a race this is going to be. What a season opener we are going to have. What a thriller. Australian Grand Prix IWR. Commencing moments time. Fun, thriller, drama, action. Don't go anywhere. Welcome along to the Australian Grand Prix Down Under, here at Albert Park, here in Melbourne. Breaking news, storming to pole, Plutonic Orca by 11 milliseconds from Lil Gunnar. What a race that is in store for us after all that. And no other two drivers. We could have an intense classic showdown between Lil Gunnar or Plutonic Orca. Who you got on your cards? Raise your hands. Just raise your hands. Raise your hands for Lil Gunnar. And raise your feet for Plutonic. We've gone crazy, haven't we? It's Melbourne. We've got to be crazy. We're down under. How crazy. What a name for that. What a crazy idea for you. Raise your hands for Lil Gunnar. Raise your feet for Plutonic. 29 laps here to come at Melbourne. To three drivers who were not able to participate in the formation lap. They will have cold tyres, as a matter of fact. And that will not be great for the start of this race. All cars lining up into formation now. Plutonic takes his spot on pole. As Solid Ash we wait for now to take his place at the back of the grid. There's the strategy now. One stopper. You go medium to hard. You go for the two stopper as well. If you race, you kind of want to gamble just that little bit. Or potentially the race not going good. 5 red lights. Yes! Yeah, we're underway! We're underway! Great stuff from Plutonic. He's a big crash! Big crash! Is that Leo? Yeah, it is Leo. Leo's into the wall. But who's on the wall? Plutonic leads. Lil Gunnar in second. Mickey third. Marius fourth. I think, and in the background, that's Shim now. He's been hit by one of the McLarens spinning around there. A big fin in the Mercedes car now. But what a dramatic start we've had as Gerald is already out. He's been disqualified. It's race over for him. But boy, Plutonic leads from Lil Gunner, from Mickey, from Norris, from Copsy Forever, from Shim. As Shim now, is he looking to have a move? Shim pursuing Copsy Forever in the Williams. He's not going to make a move there, is he? Who is? Big Vin, he's going to have a look. He'd try have a look. Ghost Shadow now. Being passed by the Mercedes of Big Vin. Big Vin found himself spun at turn 4, was it? No, turn 3. Getting corners mixed up. But Big Vin and Shadow going side by side. Shadow is off. Oh, big crash now. Jack Plays and Almenu, I think that was. But what a start we have had as Ghost Shadow and Big Vin once again side by side as Plutonic Orca now leads us down the straight. As FC God gets past Bubbles. Leo 10 is in the pits. Not sure what kind of damage he may have. Front wing damage. He'll go in for a wing change. As Big Vin Ghost Shadow in the background still battling out for P10, our last point position. Shim FC God battling over 6th place. As someone in the wall. Oh, collision! Ghost Shadow colliding there with Big Vin, and it's our damage to the Haas car. He's lost half. Oh no! For the lead, Lil Gunner. He's taken the lead. Oh, Plutonic. Close collision there. But Plutonic are using all the battery. But Lil Gunner now with the maximum energy there, gonna repass the Audi driver. Oh, wow, what a first 2 laps we have had. And for those of you who have watched qualifying, I think I've got to go into cool down. I think we're going 3 abreast behind us. Yeah, we were. That looks all drama there. Shim. Yeah, he's backed off, isn't he? He's been in some mishap there. But Plutonic now, energy. More harvest now. We're going to lift off there. Just to get that battery under control there. That's going to be a key thing this season, isn't it? These new regs, you're obviously going to manage your battery, especially on high-speed tracks. Melbourne's not particularly on the high-speed tracks list this season, but it has those straights where you kind of got to manage and just get it all under control. The battery, 2 cars into pit, solid Ash and Ghost Shadow after his collision with Big Vin earlier on in the race. Well, Plutonic now, speaking of straights from back earlier on, he's got a straightforward opportunity to reclaim that lead of race. Mickey D also in 3rd, Marius in 4th, but Lil Gunner now leads the 4-way pack past the chicane. FC God there, getting past. Oh, there's Girthy as well, getting past Coxley Forever. So I think 2 drivers there. Oh, wide. He's gone wide. Said Lil Gunner wide. Plutonic has gone by. New race leader once again. Plutonic Orca. Wow. And I'm going to say, we did think this would be a battle between Lil Gunner and Plutonic. Right, we are. It is. But you got Mickey D, Marius, just waiting there, sitting there, like old foxes, just waiting to pick up any scraps of meat those 2 leave behind. But wow, there's Marius having a look at Mickey D. Nothing doing there for the Ferrari driver. He's got a lot of race pace on him. Let's see what he can do. We did see at Kota, not a great race for him. Trapped in too many collisions, but he does have good race pace underneath him. So let's see how if he can use that to effect here today. Lil Gunner with the slipstream. He's got the extra battery, but he's got the overtake. Plutonic hasn't. He was going to stand by for just a little bit longer. Wise decision from the McLaren driver. Short-term pain, long-term gain. That's what Lil Gunner stands for. And that long-term gain is going to come now. He's going to look to outside, nothing doing there. Plutonic has that one covered. He still leads. But the 2 behind, hot in pursuit. FC God now making his way through. Marius wide as well. FC God, we need to watch out for him. He's got by Girthy. Bad. Off. Plutonic off. He's into the wall. And he's lost half that front wing. Race victory, that's out of the cards now. He's got the whole lap now to do with that damaged wing to get back to pit lane and replace the wing. He will end up towards the back of the field, not at the back, as many drivers have already had a pit stop in this race due to early race collisions. They potentially will be looking at two-stop. But Plutonic, the win, which he had on him for the entire opening laps of the race, that's now gone to shreds. Lil Gunner now, if he can maybe pull away, he should crawl to a comfortable victory. But Mickey D there, his former rival back in Powertrain, he will not let Lil Gunner fall away this time, as he did manage to achieve somehow back in Powertrain, where Lil Gunner, as teammates at McLaren, dominated Mickey and wrapped up the title several races before the season concluded. But he will not let Lil Gunner slip away this time. Let's see what Mickey D can spice up to challenge the McLaren driver for victory here in Melbourne. Lil Gunner leads from Mickey D, who's very hot in pursuit now. They're just very close behind. We did say earlier on that Mickey D and Maris will not let any opportunity go to waste. Plutonic now is in the pit. That broken front wing will now go to waste for a brand new front wing. Recycling one for another is what they're going to have to do at Audi. As I think that's Mickey D getting all that shape there. Yes, it is. He's on the verge. He's on the verge of losing the second and the overtake mode, which he needs to try stay in hot pursuit of his former McLaren teammate. But what a race this has been so far. We're not even halfway through. We're not even a quarter through yet. Lil Gunner leads. He's now broke, yeah, so Lil Gunner now a second ahead. Mickey D, unless he can find 4 or 5 tenths in this last sector, he will lose the overtake mode and will be in danger of more. Off. We have a car off. We're not sure who. I think it looks to be that's Elite in a Guard. Elite in a Guard now is off. That's a virtual safety car being deployed. Because of that moment, well, he has gone off Racing Road. Elite in a Guard in the Cadillac. He's gone off the track, and that's damaged front wing. There's no front wing for good measure. You've got to be careful down there, otherwise you'll replicate Sebastian Vettel and Robert Kubica's moment, where back in 2009. Marius in the pit. This is a bold gamble from Ferrari. They're going to put the hards on, but can they nurse those hards to the end of the race? So he's obviously taken advantage of this virtual safety car. So that will be an interesting one to watch for down at Ferrari. Can Marius now nurse those? Oh, yes, he ended. So great time for Marius. He can now push on and absolutely get on with it, foot to the floor, and hope for not another intervention. Or otherwise, that erases this potential undercut attempt on the front runners. Another car's gone off. That's Elite in a Guard. Oh, he's pulled over. And yeah, Ghost Shadow's now out of the race. But Elite in a Guard, once again, he's got someone else in. That's Ghost Shadow. So he's obviously had another. He's off again. So he's obviously taking Ghost Shadow in this time. Ghost Shadow now is out of the race. So double DNF for Haas. Not the great season opener. So yeah, their career pad. What Cadillac now going to have? A car into pit lane. Mickey D now putting immense pressure on the race leader Lil Gunner. They're going to rewrite memories, aren't they? Of the past, obviously, where they had that rivalry in a different league of Powertrain. Ghost Shadow now exiting the paddock. We hope to see him in our next race, which is Bahrain. Let alone, it is a sprint weekend that we've got at Bahrain, so we hope he goes well there. More yellow flags. I think that's down the pit straight. But is that Shim? Oh yeah, it should be. Yeah, Shim there, backing off very heavily into pit lane. Big bin. Let's see. I think that's a drive-through pass. He was caught speed on the VSC. Oh, but that's Bubbles. He's in the wall. So Bubbles there. Let's see. Is he? So he's obviously in the wall. Can he try to find the reverse? But that could be a safety if he can't. Which we shouldn't need, because he should go. Yeah, he's got going again. Has Bubbles But not a great weekend for the McLaren drivers. He's gonna, yeah, he's gonna do that, isn't he? Lil Gunn and Mickey D still pursuing each other now. And Bubbles now, he's still trying to. Oh, yeah, and that's a safety car. So, Bubbles, so safety car points. And now this will undo that attempt from Marius now. Lil Gunn and Mickey D. Oh, for Mickey D. All that shape at the pit entry, isn't he? So, Lil Gunner into pit lane, Mickey D into pit lane. And I'm assuming FC God also into pit lane. The Girthy into pit lane. Lil Gunner comes out in the lead. Mickey D also retains his position. Marius stays out and he's undercut them. So Marius undercutting the two behind, but he will lose any advantage he would have got without that safety car. He will have a steady pack behind him. Lil Gunner, the wily old fox, just waiting there to see any opportunity. Multiple cars into pit lane, penalties to be served. A drive-through for Elite Nagard. Now, he got a drive-through earlier on, didn't he? And he will have to serve another one. Shim picking up a penalty there. I'm not sure if that was an earlier penalty, but we will have a look into that one. Lap 9 out of 29. We are under safety car conditions. Double DNF for Haas. As Gerald now confirms his exit. Marius leads from Lil Gunner, from Mickey D, from FC God, from Girthy, from Ricardo, from Caustic Ever, from Shim, from Jack, from Aminul, from Plutonic, from Big Vin, from Leo, from Solid Ash, from Bubbles, from Elite Nagard, double DNF for Haas, transitioning into disqualification for Gerald. 18 horse grid, now a 16 horse grid. 2 out, 16 still remaining. Don't go anywhere. Lap 11 out of 29. Safety car now into pit lane, is all back in the back. That's Alan Newell. He's on a collision with Jack Plays up ahead, so he's received a penalty for that. We're not sure what happened there, but he will obviously release a statement into the FIA office later on, probably after the race. Marius leads from Lil Gunner, from Mickey, as another penalty for Alvin Newell. He's probably lashing out at Jack Place, but lashing out into turn one. Marius from Lil Gunner's gone for he's looked into it. FC gone wide. That's gone wide. Mickey D has gone wide. He's kept the points in the correct direction as FC gone now into third. The Girthy will not let that slide because he's going to go down the inside into three, and he's gone by. So Girthy gone by. FC got aggressive there. Shoulders, that's damage there for FC God. Shouldn't have hampered his performance too much. But we'll keep an eye on that. Lil Gunner has kind of lost touch to Marius. He's under pressure from Girthy, who has all touch in the wheels of the car off. It's Big Vin. Big Vin's off. He's got someone else there. Yeah, Plutonic down there with him. His race bad to us. That's from good to good, from good to great. Lil Gunner being passed by Girthy. Lil Gunner trying to repass Girthy. FC got tucked in behind all that as well, but can FC look at Lil Gunner? No, he can't, because Girthy's gonna look. Well, he's got off. So Girthy's off as FC God slides through Lil Gunner in second place. What a battle this is for P2. And all this now has been an absolute dream restart for Marius up ahead. He went for the undercut earlier on when we had a VSC out on track. He's now built a second half gap. He's got that cushion up ahead to him. Elite Lagarde now into pit lane, potentially serving that drive-through penalty. As Lil Gunner now looking, he's whizzed past as Big Vin now after session. Marius leads from Lil Gunner, from FC God, from Girthy, from Shim. As Shim, speaking of him, he's gone by Ricardo. And Mickey D now trying to make his way back up the order. He's in 7th place behind Ricardo, ahead of Coxey forever. But what a battle this is, what a restart we're having here. Half distance of this race soon upon us. We need to find, I think Big Vin's coming down now just to park the car over. There obviously is an open road at turn, that's where he's parked. Turn 2 is where he has parked, and he will call it a day. But not the season open. He wants, cars off. There's in the background, I think that was Rev Ricardo. That looks to be Shim, perhaps. Oh, it's gone wide, the Girthy wide. And now that, and Mickey D, however, update there, he's now up into 5th. He's made 2 places in that past lap on lap 13. As we begin lap 14, Lil Gunner, fastest lap of the race with the 1:23. He's now closing down Marius up ahead. As there's more, there's Bubbles now. He's out of race. Big Vin, Big Vin Big Vin obviously was out earlier on as Lil Gunner has closed the gap now. He is within a second of Marius up ahead. FC God is even closer than that, so Lil Gunner will have to watch out from behind, let alone attack in front, defend behind, is what Lil Gunner's going to have to try and do. In fact, if Lil Gunner, if he wastes his time trying to potentially defend aggressively off FC God, the gap to Marius will open up like an avocado. So he's going to have to just obviously try defend as less aggressive as he possibly can, but also not lose too much time to Marius up ahead, which he's doing absolutely brilliant now. He's right behind Marius on those older tyres, because he pitted earlier on before the safety car when the VSC was of course deployed to gain that extra bit of time. But he lost the advantage. Every advantage he gained off that, that comes down to 0 because obviously the safety car came out. It's now bunched the whole pack together and reinforced the order of the race. FC God now, he's putting pressure, he's hampering the comfort of Lil Gunner up ahead. but not making any moves whatsoever. He's gonna have to get a bit closer, is he? Lil Gunner and FCO, they both have the overtake move, but unlike DRS, which we obviously had in place last season, they both manage it alone. So it depends who can harvest more, who knows where to deploy, where not to deploy the battery, and obviously what mode to lay down. Lil Gunner now, he's going to look to outside, into the swoop straight, and he's going to go by. Lil Gunner into race lead. Lil Gunner into first place. But Marius, does he have any batteries to maybe strike back? He doesn't, but FC God does. He'll look to inside, nothing doing there. He'll have to sit back for just that little bit longer. But again, if FC God thinks he's got the pace to go after Lil Gunner and get this race victory, as he did back at Kota, he's got to get by the shield currently, which is Marius. Active Aero, down the straight, another new part of the regulations the cars have for this season. FC God looks into a turn 1, nothing doing there. Let's see what attempts he can have on the run down to 3. Maybe he can. Oh, he's going to whiz by. No, he's not, because he's run out of battery, looks to be. He'll have to maybe send it, which he's not going to do. Wise decision from the Brit there to not send it, because that obviously would have repercussions if any collision were to take place under these two. But Marius, though, he does look to just have the pace to stay with Lil Gunner, to sit back for a while, let his tyres cool down, manage them to the end. He's obviously gone for the earliest stop on the VSC. He does not want to pit again, does he? Unless some safety car would come up, which we could get now, because Solid Ash, always in the wall. Yeah, we could easily get this, because Solid Ash now, he's going to have to kind of reverse into... No, he's going to go the whole lap, so respect there from Solid Ash to just not cut into pit lane out of random. And FC God's gone by. So that was obviously an aggressive overtake, because now the gap between him and Gunner has opened up to over a second, nearly 2 seconds now. So he will now have to close that down. But Marius has gone back through and he's off. Yeah, that was always going to happen, wasn't it? Diving through the inside like an absolute terrorist there. Marius, he's off now. Race done for him. And any chances of a race victory for him and Ferrari has now gone completely into the dust. FC God will hope to clear all of that dust and close into Lil Gunner's 2-second lead if he can push like crazy. He's in the number 21 car. Let's see what he can do. Lil Gunner leads from FC God, from Marius, from Shim, from Gerthy, from Ricardo, who's battling with Gerthy. Yeah, Ricardo's gone by. Gerthy back through. Let's see how that battle contemplates out. Mickey D in 7th. His race run after that error earlier on at the restart. He's been passed. So he's dropping down the order once again. He's off. So Mickey D has gone off there. He's now dropped down to 12th position. So his race has just gone from bad to us, and there's damage for good measure, making his race an absolute nightmare for him. He started third, looked in great, had great potential for a podium, maybe even a win in this race. He's now going to hope just put points on the board going into the next race. Lil Gunner now with a 3-second lead over FC God. Lap 17 out of 29. Don't go anywhere. Shim in the Audi has put his car into the podium places. What a move there on Marius. Marius, his race from bad to worse. He does have wing damage for good measure. But Shim, a shock podium for him is awaiting if he can keep it together. He's the builder guy. He doesn't have a penalty. We will look at time poses in a matter of moments' time. But another one, Jack Plays now is out. So double DNF for Mercedes-Benz. So two teams obviously experiencing double DNF here at Albert Park. Nightmare for both teams as Plutonic now has gone by Ricardo. He's just recovering every bit he can recover. As recovering the car is what Son's actually needs to do, which he does. He's back on the track. But what a dramatic race it's been. Plutonic Orca now. It's been repassed by Ricardo. Let's see if he's going to reclaim the position. It's a great move there, down that short straight by Plutonic, getting up into the P5, just trying to recover every bit he can after that disastrous error early on in the race. The penalties, Shim with a 3-second penalty, Plutonic also with a 3-second penalty. So both Audis there with time penalties of 3 seconds each. Ricardo 3 seconds. Is that in this? No, Plutonic repart. So Marius' pit lane. So Ferrari have noted now they cannot go to the end on those hards. They've had to bring him in once again. He's now on the medium tyre, and they did not replace the wing. So was that just did they know that they were told to replace the wing? Did they know that? Did they just want but in case of time they just had to leave him out there on the damaged wing? Maybe come and change tyres, but leave the wing, because that's another couple of seconds, like another 4 seconds there. As track limits from Marius, 3 seconds there. We can just see how much that damage is really costing him in the corners. He's losing a lot of downforce. They should have changed that wing. There's any time now that he's going to lose with that damage, I am sure it will build up anyway by the time that he would have lost in pit lane. But he is Girthy behind him in 8th place. He's got a 16-second time penalty, and he's not making too many gains. Oh no, before going wide there was Marius there in the Ferrari. Lil Gunnar beautifully controlling this race. He's out in front with a 5.5 second lead. So great race from him currently. I think he will say no to a safety car there, because we do know, Girthy fast slap. He has closed down there the Ferrari of Marius. Should they replace that? I'm thinking again, should they have replaced that wing, taken time? But he would have been rapid in the late stages of this race. Track limit penalty for Lil Gunnar, 3 seconds. But he's got the 6-second lead, so that penalty, that's 3 seconds. He's got double of that as a gap from himself to FC God, so that penalty should not hamper him too much. But if he does get another, then that obviously will be big trouble for him and hand this, as it did in Kota, to FC God. Lil Gunnar leads, and I am sorry, shout out to FC God, dude, I'm sorry, but we've got to go into another commercial break, much shorter commercial break. Leo gonna lead. From FC God, Shim, FC God, get ready. Don't go anywhere. Morris now has been passed by Gerthy once again. Gerthy and Morris, but they are both catching Leo up ahead in 6th place. Problem is, I think they're going to look at Team Us down at Racing Bulls here. Leo shouldn't necessarily let Gerthy by. And Gerthy, oh no, Leo, hold up Morris. And yeah, they should be doing just that, are they? No, he's not going to let him by. So Gerthy will have to fight for that position. And quite aggressive. Oh, there's a collision. They've come together, but very briefly come together. They've just avoided any collision with the barriers, which would have been very crucial. As Morris down the inside, nothing doing there. Gerthy just hangs on to that. But what a shun that could have been for the pair of them. At this rate, it would be a sensible and wise decision to let Gerthy go by, because Gerthy's losing a lot of lap time behind his teammate Leo now. He is putting his teammate at risk of a potential collision here. And there's Morris is now going to go by. He'll sail through Gerthy now and charge up the battery. He will lose a place to the Ferrari up ahead. Now Morris now will have a straight shot forward. Go at Leo's 10 football, and he should go by. He's gone straight by. So Leo, Morris there up ahead, but Leo's gonna follow. He's gonna all guess the goal is shoved him off the track there into the gravel. As Morris still managing to make the move and go up into 6th place. As there's Gerthy now going by. Oh, collision there, but Leo now dropping down into 8th. Great defense from him. If he can stay within 4 seconds of his teammate, he should still have a shot of outscoring his teammate. But he's going to have a shot on overset. No, he's not. He's going to have to sit back for probably just like a little bit longer. And now, potentially for the remainder of this race. But for the remainder of this race, won't Gerthy sit back behind Morris? He's going to sail by. Can he make the corner? He does, but he's lost the place. So he's gone deep. He's lost the place. Morris now back ahead of Gerthy. Mickey D and Marius. Oh no, Marius come together with I think it looks to be Girthy there. Mickey D is out of the race. However, Lil Gunner staying out of trouble the whole way throughout. Missed out on the win at Kota. He was very disappointed with that. He's come down to Melbourne, into Albert Park, head down, came late in qualifying, missed out on pole, slides through the last corner. Lil Gunner comes through. He wins the season opener by quite the gap. What a drive from that man. FC God behind him. Nothing of a challenge to Lil Gunner. The gap will come down to 6.5 seconds, but that will not change anything. Just Shim now comes down. He comes to take a shocking podium. His teammate Plutonic. It could have been a win. Nothing came. He'll have to settle for P4. Ricardo, he's in the barriers. Ricardo into the wall. Quite the celebration from the Red Bull driver. He's that happy with P5 there. I think he's glad to take it. Not 10 points, but that's a load of points he takes. Leo comes through 6th and 7th for Racing Bulls there. Great. Marius and Coxey forever come through due to the severe amount of penalties from the Racing Bull drivers. So 8th and 9th for the Racing Bulls. As we wait from the back markers to also now complete their laps. Completing a 29 out of 29, Lil Gunner. He wins the season opener here at Melbourne. All celebrations for him at McLaren. And he does come in as the favourite for the Drivers' Championship. Solid drive from that young man, the man from Barbados. Quite the roll, quite the shuffle. Lil Gunner on the top step of the podium, the man from Barbados. Holds the trophy in his hands. And it's going to be all smiles, all celebrations from that young man. The champagne gets sprayed out. Lil Gunner has every right to spray champagne left, right, centre, middle. We head to Bahrain for round 2 of the IWR season. Brilliant race with drama, excitement, action, thriller. It's a thriller today because Lil Gunner's won. Lil Gunner, FC God, Shim, fill out your top 3. All points, maximum points to the man on left of screen. Bahrain Grand Prix comes next. We will feature a sprint race in that. Drama, action, fun, excitement, thriller. Be there.